everyone, I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning into this video. So in this video my guides are going to be talking about how to stop feeling frustrated and how to start speaking your truth. So I'm Olwen Jennings of olwenjennings.com. I am a channel coach and healer. One of the things I do is channel my spirit guides to help my clients with the difficulties and issues they may be facing. Clients come to me to try to sort out all sorts of things, or they're normally looking for guidance and clarity, and quite often they're just trying to get back in alignment with what they should be doing in their life, what it is that brings them happiness. And quite often they're quite stuck and can't see the way forward. So with a coaching session with me, they get to bring their questions and they talk to my guides directly, so they're getting divine wisdom, guidance and clarity, and they have lots of aha moments, move forward in many ways. My guides are very practical, so they give quite practical advice as well. Anyway, that's enough about that. So this video is really going to involve my spirit guides talking to you about speaking your truth, what that means, why you should do it, and how to try to do it, because it's not easy always, but it usually ends up being the least complicated thing once you start to do it. So for those of you who haven't seen me channel before, I basically blend with the energies of my guides, and I close my eyes so that I can concentrate on the information that is coming through me, if you like. So the next thing you'll see is me closing my eyes, and then you will hear from them. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get something from this. It should resonate with quite a lot of you, I feel. Thank you. Welcome, and thank you so much for tuning into this video today and for joining us. As Olwen said, we are her guides. What she didn't tell you is that we are called the Meter Collective, and we are a series of non-physical entities, and we come from many realms, and we help Olwen not only with her work but in our own personal life too. And you too have spirit guides, everybody does, and you can make connections with them to help you in your own life. But that is a separate topic. So we are talking today about frustration. So what do we mean? So quite often, if you are living your life here on earth as a human, you may well be the type of person that likes to please everybody else. What does that mean? That means that you do your best to make sure that everybody else is happy first, that everybody's needs are met. It may well be that throughout your life you have been told or shown a certain way of being. Your family may have brought you up in a certain way. Or it may well be that your experiences in society have conditioned you to think that you must behave in a certain way. Quite often as humans, you are looking for outside validation as to what you are doing, whether you're doing the right thing. Am I going to be popular? Will I fit in? Now, our own channel, Olwen, has been through this. She has always felt different. She has always been different, as it were, as she sees it to other people, but actually she is just herself. She is unique, as are you. And yes, of course, everybody is connected because everybody is energy, but that does not mean that you have to stop being unique in order to form friendships, in order to get on in life, in order to be who you are meant to be. But of course, what happens as you grow up is that especially today with all this social media, is that, you know, you feel that you're expected to behave in a certain way or agree with everybody just for a quiet life. Again, sometimes that seems like the easy option. So what if you've lived a life up until now where you have simply just been on autopilot to a certain extent and have just gone along with what everybody else expects of you? Now, quite often this is something that almost has to happen in some ways. You know, if when you're young you try to please your parents, we understand this, and of course they're giving you the best guidance they can according to their own guidance that they had received before, and you know it carries on further back. And then you're trying to please your teachers at school, and then maybe you're trying to please your bosses at work, and then maybe you're trying to please your significant other, and then your children, and then your mother and father in later life, and so on and so on. And of course you want to be popular. You don't want to, you may feel that deep down you may feel that you don't really fit in with a lot of the images and a lot of the way society feels that you ought to be, but you don't want to appear different, or you don't want to miss out, so you do your best to be exactly like society at this current time expects you to be. We understand all of this, and it is extremely difficult not to get caught up in this, especially when you are sensitive. And it's usually the sensitive people of the world that wish to fit in, that wish to please, that because that's part of your healing nature as well. And we are not saying go around displeasing everybody, but we are saying that you should be looking after yourself and pleasing yourself as well. And as we were about to say, what would it look like if you spent your life on autopilot, just pleasing everybody else and never saying what you feel, what you want? Well, this is what it ends up looking like. You end up realizing and feeling frustrated. You realize that you're frustrated in your life. You feel frustrated. You may even feel angry. You may even feel fearful. You may even wonder what the heck you're doing with your life. Where have you gone? And this can be very upsetting when you have this realization. But at the same time, once you've brought awareness to it, you can change it. It can also affect you in physical ways. So if you are not speaking your truth, if you're not explaining to people how you feel or what you would like to happen in any given situation or circumstance, you can have physical symptoms. You may suffer a lot with your throat or your thyroid, for example, because you are not saying, you are not expressing how you feel. And that might be because over the years you've decided you don't deserve a voice, or maybe nobody's going to listen to you anyway, and what the heck have you got to say anyway that's interesting? But, you know, that means you are not living your life truthfully. You are not living the life you were put on earth to do. You are not being honest with other people, but most of all, you're not being honest with yourself. Now, many healers have been through all of this, and this includes Olwen, our channel. And when the realization hits, it means that you have to start looking at why you have done all of that in the past. You have to then forgive that, and then you have to start to try and bring in ways where you can start to express yourself more truthfully. And this can be difficult because you might not even really know what you think or what you believe or what you want. But again, there are things you can do to work on that. And more often than not, once you are in the place of acceptance and awareness, you can come into yourself, listen to your intuition, listen to how you're really feeling about things, and then just start to work with expressing how you're feeling. And again, this can be a little bit scary if you're not used to doing it. Imagine being in a relationship where you're always talked down down to by somebody else, and you find that intimidating. So of course it's difficult to find your voice, but it is possible, and that is a very extreme example. So in order for the frustration and the anger and the resentment, because actually you're not living your right life by living like this, you need to start to look at why. Then you need to start to heal that, and then you need to start to practice speaking truthfully and honestly and coming back to who you are, your unique self. And this can be done, and eventually you will be living life more on your terms, more from the way you feel about things. And that is exciting, that is empowering, that is being completely true and honest. And, you know, rather than worrying about what other people are going to think or say, you will find that these people have a different level of respect for you. They will appreciate what you have to say, and by being truthful and honest yourself, you're helping others to be so as well. And it may well be that some people will fall away as a result of your new honesty, but should they have been in your life anyway? That is something you can ask yourself. So although this change is positive, it can be scary, but it is absolutely necessary for you, because otherwise, if you are feeling frustrated, angry, fearful, resentful, apart from feeling stressed and anxious and not quite right, eventually these feelings will come out as illness and aches and pains in your body. And that is not something that you really need to be living with. So please think about this. Please try to change your life so that you are able to speak more from your heart, more from your truth. And if this is something you're not sure how to do, then please contact our channel Olwen, and she and we will help you. For now, we leave you in love and light. So there you go. I know it's not an easy process always to be honest and truthful about who you really are and what your needs and wants are, but once you start to do it, it really does make a difference and your life starts to change for the better. I will leave my contact details either above or below this video, so that if you want to chat about this further and you think that I and my guides can help you, then let's talk. So all the best, wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.